Appreciate you guys tuning in. The Tastemakers podcast begins in 5 minutes. Make sure not to go nowhere, because Quote, Brina, Trisha, and Corey, also known as the Tastemakers, will be with you in 5 minutes. Thanks for sticking with us. Oh snap, you still here. Listen, in less than 3 minutes, the Tastemakers pod will be on and popping. Don't miss Bree, Quote, Trish, and Corey talking about the hottest topics in culture. Again, less than 3 minutes. Make sure to stick with us.
Tastemakers.
Classic. We do more than make a living, we make a life. When everything is dark, we are the light. We are the Tastemakers. Aight. Let tomorrow tell the stories that we make tonight.
I told y'all, patience is a virtue. This is what perseverance will get you. In just 60 seconds, you will be live with the Tastemakers pod. Again, appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll see you soon.
For the new Tastemakers, sommeliers came out to play. Classics in the current day. For the movers and shakers, for the new Tastemakers, sommeliers came out to play. Classics in the current day.
The beat breaker. Tastemakers.
Let's say who is fidgeting with their mic though?
Oh,
For real, that's all I hear. Like as the countdown is going to like 3, 2, and I hear fidgeting with the mic. Listen, welcome to the Tastemakers Pod. You know how we do every Wednesday night at what time is it? 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Whew, just ran up a flight of stairs. Working it out. Yep, slid in right around the 5-second marker. Was like, whew, all right. That be your girl Tash right there. That's light skin core. That's Brina. They call me quote. We are the Tastemakers. Good to see you guys tonight.
now watch me call Tasha and Trisha all show.
Can't get it right. Can't get it right.
Not get it right to save my life.
Yep. Shouts out to Judon in the chat, Kier in the chat, Charles in the chat. What's popping on? Everybody, take a moment right now as we're getting things cracking. As I'm cracking open this bang. Please make sure to share it out to your group chats, to your socials, you know what I mean? Your Twitters, your Instagrams, even if you want to do it on the Facebook, let people know that it's Wednesday night and the places to be is right here in these YouTube streets on the Tastemakers Pod. So please do just that. Kiera said, Tasha up here looking like a Millet McCormick's and McCormick and Smith's, man. We lost our McCormick and Smith's. I miss McCormick and Smith's. Y'all got that down in the egg here?
We got that in Richmond.
It's all right, girl. I was bald-headed earlier today. You saw me.
We lost our joint. Y'all funny. Black women, y'all is funny to me. Black women do not play about their hair. And at this point, like, I remember when y'all used to hide it. Like 15, 20 years ago, they used to hide that joint. Now y'all are straight up Barbie on this joint. Just straight, y'all be just rocking it. But you do look good, Miss Tasha. Nice look there.
Thank you. You know, afterwards, y'all finna watch me take it off while we talking.
No, don't do that to me, please, T. You don't do that to me, please. That joint,
if you can't let your hair down, take it off.
That joint does stuff to my heart. Like, oh my God, don't do that. Genuine Life.
Got someone new in the crib, bro.
No, Genuine Life has been here before. He is.
Who is Genuine Life?
He's been here before.
Your blood type, your address.
Yes.
Is this your new name?
No.
Got a new name?
He's come in as Genuine Life plenty of
times.
No,
I don't remember.
Yes.
Don't say plenty quote.
Well, you know, enough. Enough that he is very welcome here in the space.
Everybody is welcome. I just need to know who's who.
And you don't have to give your social to be here in life. It is all good. You don't have to do that. So listen, let's get right into it. How has everybody's week been?
Good week.
Listen, I always got an eventful week. If nobody else wants to talk, I will.
Corey Orenthal Goss.
You feel me? I will get it popping. So, if that's the case, let's go ahead and get to it. So, my week was super dope. It's super eventful, as it always is. Still getting money out here for domination, so that's always good when stuff. Text just came through. I need to reply to that later.
Was it a money text?
But yeah, so what happened? Domination is in full effect as far as planning mode.
It is.
We dropped the artist submissions or the artist submission flyer, so those are rolling in. You know what I mean? We got a really, really good lineup for domination this year. I'm really excited to talk about it, but I'm really hyped about this Jesus and R&B show. I got a meeting tomorrow. So I'm hyped about that joint because that's going to set another precedent in Richmond. You know what I mean? My album's coming out Friday.
Gang.
Shout out to the gang. Then we got the album release brunch on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to Ohio on Friday. You know what I'm saying? Pastor hit me up today. He wants me to preach in July. So I got to get my sermon ready. You feel me? So yeah, business is businessing this week.
Okay. That is definitely what's popping there. Definitely, if you're in the Richmond area, Hampton Roads, DC, whatever it might be, make sure to find your way to Richmond on the 16th. Again, Goss does have his release party popping off with the brunch. Tosh?
I can't chat.
That's a good thing. Everything you need to say, you can actually literally say it. You don't have to actually chat anything. Whenever you want to comment to the chat, you just say it verbally right over the screen. We call it a podcast or a YouTube show, and you can say it just right on. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you have something to that you wanted to input?
No, not that I wanted to input verbally. I wanted to drop it in the chat.
Everybody can see it in the chat the same way everybody can hear it verbally.
Okay.
So make sure, guys, Richmond, Virginia, definitely check out the brunch for the release party for Goss's new project.
Yeah,
brunch which is Sunday. Called
Brunch on Sunday.
Brunch on Sundays, indeed.
I just got done rehearsing. I got a special show for y'all tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but on Sunday. I got a special show for y'all Sunday.
All right. That's what's up.
Kira, what about capping about? Dag nabbit.
When's your birthday, Ju? Yeah. Quote, you're not letting me chat. When's your birthday, Ju doing?
What? So anyway, also after the brunch on Sunday for the release party for Goss, directly after we got your man Derek Minor in Richmond as well. He's got an album. It's not a release party, it's a listening party exclusively before the album drops. Nice. So again, if you're in Hampton Roads in the 7 cities, you're in Richmond, RVA, or if you're in DC, Maryland, that kind of area, the DMV, make sure to come down. Richmond is popping this Sunday. You don't want to miss it.
Man, I'm nervous about that joint, quote. I ain't gonna hold you.
Well, we'll see. It is what it is. But anyway, that's what it is. Tasha, how has your week been?
My week has been good.
That's it. Yo, you're not gonna get up here and not talk. Like, you can't be doing that, bro. What you doing out here, Tasha? Get it together, yo.
I'm working. I've been to the dentist recently.
What's that got to do with you talking?
She's telling you how her week has been.
I just testified. I said I could afford to go to the dentist. Shut up.
Okay. Wow.
You acting different.
There we go. Tasha's kicking in.
I'm holding my cards, Key. I'm holding them, girl.
Because you got all this stuff to say while you in the chat when you're not on camera.
Maybe that's my element. I'm a writer at heart.
No,
I'm a writer. I'm a writer before I'm anything else.
I'm gonna call it what it is. I'm just not gonna call it what it is on this show right here.
Listen,
Brina, how your week been? And then we'll get back to Tasha. Brina, how your week
been? My week has been pretty good. Easter was great. Service was really good. My niece got baptized on Sunday. And she's 7, so that was really
Easter
cool.
Sunday?
Easter Sunday.
Y'all putting people in the water on Easter Sunday in their good clothes.
A lot of churches did that.
Not in good clothes. I mean, we have clothes that we put people in. I know you are. I know, but yeah,
dip them people in the water. Get them baptized.
Dipped them. But yeah,
that's what's up.
Week's been good.
Whew. Tasha, did you want another try at this?
I said I went to the dentist. I got work done. I got some
this
cases.
Is a show where we talk. This is a show where we talk and we talk about our weekend.
No, like some cases are settling, so it's some things dropping in the old purse. Okay.
Are you that lawyer that be like getting at baby daddies and like you think they all terrible and like you be trying to get all their money?
No, a lot of my clients are men fighting for their kids.
That's dope. That's dope.
I love both sides, but a lot of my clients are dads.
That's different. Usually it's the other way around.
I'm just a different type.
What's the Florida laws there? Do the mama got like she can take the kids whenever?
Florida, like a lot of other places, if the child is born out of wedlock, everything is automatically mom's sole decision making.
That's crazy.
Full custody. Because it's mother's baby, daddy's maybe. Like we don't know. But I mean, if the child is born to a marriage, that's different. The paternity is automatically established, but now you still do have to get a timeshare schedule.
But what if it's established that it is that father's child?
Oh, once he comes forward and gets his paternity established, he can seek rights. He can get decision making, and as a matter of fact, when it comes to decision making, they have to share it between the parents unless somebody proves that will be dangerous for the kids. So
gotcha. Okay.
It's some things going on. Like we used to have a whole thing where it's like if the child is under 7, boom, automatically mom. We don't have that no more. That was abolished like decades ago.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So it's iffy out here.
Okay.
See, that's how my week was.
There you go. How your week was. We
I started singing in church again.
Look at
that's
you.
That's a thing.
It's a new church, right?
Yeah, new church. Actually here in Orlando. Y'all know I've been virtually churching on my home church back in Fort Lauderdale. But I found a church around here. Good people's from Fort Lauderdale, from down bottom. So been singing there a couple of weeks now. That's been nice, It's been a good week. Quote.
It's been a good week. It's been a good week, huh?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, so my week has been interesting. Just y'all keep praying for your boy.
Yeah.
Just keep praying for your boy. I got to get my head right.
We got you, quote.
Appreciate it. Just got to get my head right on some things. You got to get with your head rights when you start letting thoughts in that you don't normally let in.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Message. That's for everybody. Everybody watching, everybody listening, everybody in the chat. When you start letting thoughts in that you don't normally ever let in, or you start dwelling on thoughts that you don't normally dwell on, it's time to talk to somebody. Time to see somebody. Talk to your pastor, talk to a therapist, talk to somebody. Absolutely. It is time to do that. Cool?
Absolutely.
So,
hey, yo, quote, can my mom ride down, or no, can she ride back with you after the album release party? Can you drop her off at her house? She live right off the interstate, right off Newport News. The first Newport News exit, she right there.
What's happening right now?
It don't matter to me.
Right.
That's fine to me.
Now, I was thinking of a conversation because my mom wants to come to my album release party, but she don't got to ride back.
Yeah, we can make it pop. I'm sure we
can. I should come through. Hey, when is gonna be again? I thought I missed it.
This Sunday.
Tickets
from Orlando are cheap. They're like $30.
Probably not $30, but yeah.
Them joints is cheap.
Virginia is the one place the Amtrak will take your car from Orlando to Virginia.
Yes.
Yeah.
They will.
Really?
Yep.
From Sanford to Lorton. Yeah, I was thinking about making that trip because I want to see the cherry blossoms in DC.
Oh, yeah, you've been saying that for a while. That's true.
Yeah.
Just come for domination.
Ain't gonna be no cherry blossoms, Dan.
It won't? Oh, I don't know.
In June? There won't be?
I'm gonna have to come out there twice.
Oh, well, just come for the album release party and then go to DC and then take DC back to Orlando and you in there.
Okay, we're gonna work it out.
Y'all is funny to me. So listen. We got these topics. Y'all know how it is right here. Every week there is topics as there are things popping off in culture. Things like
Skyscanner.
Us talking about, and why do we do this to ourselves, man? Rucker, who is not even here, I don't see him in the chat. I'm so pissed about this topic, and then I'm pissed that y'all voted for it. Which your favorite Christian hip hop bar?
I only voted for that because I thought y'all was gonna vote for that anyway.
Why are you mad about that?
Because you know how much Christian hip hop I consumed in my life.
So you don't know no bars? What's up? What are you
I gotta rethink.
How do you pick just one out of 20 over 20 years of listening to something?
That's how.
You know what I'm saying? 20, 30, shoot. Anyway,
that.
Then we are definitely going to talk about the Dalai Lama being in some hot water for something.
Oh, y'all voted that one? That's the person, man.
And then we'll talk about that. We'll talk about your man Rodney Jerkins, who looking for artists in Orlando. Speaking of which, he
voted for that.
Put a message out for Orlando. So
why y'all vote for that?
That was actually that one had that one, and this one had a tops vote.
No, I didn't.
And then we're going to talk about the Transformation Church Easter service and all the hoopla around that. So that's what we're talking about tonight on the Tastemakers Pod. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and make sure to share it out to all the peoples. Definitely y'all like and subscribe. It means the world to us that you're here with us, and you hitting the like button really helps YouTube's algorithm to kind of do the thing. So definitely do that. I'll fix my camera. There we are. But before we get into that, y'all know how we do. It's the memes of the week. Let's do it.
Do I have one?
Yeah, yours is first, actually.
Corey, I'm tired of you never having your stuff together when it comes to the memes of the week.
They watching Roots, bruh.
You don't be sending it. You don't be knowing if you send it. Get it together.
My alligators are watching Roots.
Those are not alligators, Garth.
What is that?
What are they? Lizards?
Those are
I don't know
iguanas,
what
aren't
they
they?
Ugh. Get it off! Get it off my screen!
They're watching Roots. They're watching Jurassic Park.
It's funny.
It's like watching Roots for them. You get it?
Every time I look at it, though, it looked like doo-doo to me, too. So I got to stop looking at it.
Okay, turn the page.
All right.
Oh, you must be regular, Corey.
Okay, Tasha, this one is yours.
That sound good, Key.
Tasha, this is where you actually talk about what your meme of the week
Tasha,
is.
what are you doing? Why are you acting like you don't know how to podcast?
This no, I saw something about cherry infused sweet tea, and it was like, oh, that sounds good.
Get out the chat.
That sounds good, Key. No, this is just facts. I just figured I would go the facts route with my meme because it's real life. It's real life.
For the
It
vision
said,
impaired.
should I say what it says? Do I read?
Yes.
It says you're single because you don't like the people that like you. Big facts. And you don't tell the people you like that you like them. Have a nice day.
That is normally how things seem to work. Single because yeah, definitely. Yep, that makes a lot of sense. Shout out to Mo. And what else we got?
See, they feel me in the chat.
This one is mine.
Hold on. I didn't see
I
the
hate
first part.
TikTok.
Okay, hold on.
What did it say?
TikTok's so out of control.
That's so ass. We about to die, and you know I can't swim. Oh, Jesus. Coming, man. Goodness gracious.
How do you make
Don't
that
y'all
on
have any
TikTok,
faith?
bruh? How do you do that?
You just use it. I
Yo.
think that one is a green screen of a
I would have
photo.
loved to have been a kid now in the
And walking
TikTok
across the
era.
floor. That's
Heck
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
We used to
Wow.
make TikToks before TikTok. We used to have a camcorder and like
Right.
you remember them days. Come on now. The camcorder set right here.
Freaknik. That's what that was.
You just was waiting for the opportunity to talk about Freaknik.
Camcorder.
You see how it just like he just convulsed and spit it out? Like
You said the camcorder right there. That-
He's waiting for a keyword.
everyone
He was like, yeah, you know, we don't have Freaknik.
that's a Freaknik opportunity.
Like
That's a
he was
Freaknik.
there.
Like you won't know.
Is this the Freaknik part? Can I say it?
I'm just saying, all the
in the peak of
kids,
Freaknik.
all the sons and daughters of the parents went to Freaknik are wilding out on Facebook right now. It's mad funny.
They are. And Facebook is the place where it's happening.
It's
It
hilarious.
is.
People are very worried about what is going to come out in this Hulu Freaknik.
Why do
Documentary.
people have these lengthy discussions about movies before the movie comes out? Why y'all be doing that?
What you
movie
mean?
you
'Cause
talking
that's
about?
builds the hype for it.
What movie are we talking about?
Well, I
The
mean,
Freaknik guy.
documentary or whatever. Like,
Yeah, because
y'all don't be letting stuff come out before it's
Well, I
already
mean,
like, how are y'all
that's-
mad already? You have not seen it.
That's just fear.
I don't think they mad though. I
They
don't
just
think
scared.
they mad.
Folks is mad.
I think cats is
pieces.
scared. A lot of cats is like, yo, not trying to find, you know, they old now. They in their 50s, they late 40s and they early 50s, and they like, oh no.
I mean,
In my late teens,
it is
late
what it
20s.
is.
Yeah, it is. What
And
it
they
is.
done told all those jokes about there not being cell phones back then, and there's enough.
But we
footage to
had
show.
pager
Nah.
life was
about-
trifling too.
No, but I'm talking about the kids of these parents that went to Freaknik. They're all making the jokes on Facebook and Instagram and stuff.
I would
Oh,
be
really?
making
Oh,
said
yeah.
jokes as
Yeah.
well.
So this
Oh,
dude
okay.
said, so look, I'm gonna read one. He said, growing up in church, I was taught you don't kiss girls because that leads to sex. You don't listen to worldly music because that'll make you sell drugs and lust after girls and have sex. Lastly, you don't go to your school dances because the key word sex. Now that Freaknik doc is coming out, I'm looking for all y'all N-words who tried to scare me into not having sex. And I'm putting names up here on Facebook. That's all y'all. Be blessed. Just know men lie, women lie, but Radio Shack VHS cameras ain't lying.
Not Radio Shack VHS cameras.
That's exactly what they were.
Wow.
We got ours from Sears, homie.
You know what I mean?
Sears.
Had them
Now,
good
my
joints
mama
from
was saying
Sears.
for real,
The
So
service
my mama ain't
merchandise
take part.
camcorders in this day.
My mama ain't take no part in Freaknik.
My parents were too old to take part in Freaknik. It's a very specific
Same.
age.
Everybody, mama,
one
done
is
took part in some kind of Freaknik because that's how we got here. Okay, it might have
not
been your
true.
personal Freaknik to the
So
house,
Freaknik
but you
is
had one.
probably
Wait, what's the
more
age?
so going to be catering to those in the
Gen X.
45 to 55 range right now.
Okay.
I would say maybe 44 to 54 range right
So
now.
Gen X and young boomers.
So it's Gen X.
There wasn't no young boomers.
It wasn't no young boomers. It was Gen X. It is
All
Gen
Gen
X in
X.
general. All of Gen X. And no, just Gen X.
Just Gen
because
X.
It's
Okay.
Gen X. It's all day Gen X. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What-
it's Gen X.
What do millennials
There
got?
might be a few old or like tail end boomers, but it's Gen X. That's
What
it
was
is.
Freaknik for us?
We
Homecoming? I don't know.
Life is Freaknik now.
Life-
The dating
Life
scene
is
is
freaky.
Freaknik.
Life is
is
freaky
freaky.
now.
South Florida every day.
South
is
Florida.
Freaknik.
Yo, didn't they have like Black Beach or something like that in Florida?
Black
at
Beach
one point?
Week. They had Black Beach Week. That's true.
That
I'm
sound
asking the
nasty.
Floridian. Huh? I'm asking the Floridian. No? Yay, nay? What?
Kappa week. Charles Brown. Charles
Bike
Brown
week,
knows some
bike-
stuff.
Bike week in
Ooh.
Myrtle Beach.
The
Kappa
pretty
Week.
nasty. The pretty
And then again,
nasty
you know,
wild.
it was. I would say that Black Bike Week in Myrtle Beach. Yeah, I definitely. And then Girls Gone Wild was kind of
That
was
was
a
us.
follow-up.
That
It
was
was
us.
us.
That's
But
not us.
it was our
We were the ones
generation.
sneaking it into school.
It wasn't our.
No, but
it
we was
wasn't
the
our-
ones that was
our color.
watching it. We
But
were
it
the
was
ones
our
stealing the
generation.
tapes. And
That was
watching
why
it.
he tased.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't us, but it was our generation.
I guess so.
What's the
Yeah,
next
for these
meme we
kids, it's everyday life. Everything Freaknik is everywhere now. It's everywhere.
got? I
Okay.
thought this was
Is
interesting.
your name
White girl got dropped.
Brittany? Who's Brittany? Brittany is calling you. Who's Brittany?
It's John.
Brittany is calling you. Who's Brittany?
It's John. Answer it.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, John. Yes. Here. He's here. It's John.
I told you it's John.
So why it says Brittany?
Because if it would have said John, you would have never bring the phone to me.
Why wouldn't she brought the phone?
Because wives don't bring phones just when their husband's phones ring, Goss.
Oh.
But they will bring their phone if it's saying a female's name on that joint.
Because who's Brittany?
They'll bring it when they have a female's name. They'll bring it to you.
I think the risk was way too high for the return.
What you mean?
That could have gone way left. He
you
needs
mean,
to think
how?
of a less life-threatening way to get her to bring him the phone, is what I'm saying.
That's true.
He playing with his life.
How?
Nah, you playing
hold
with
on,
your
y'all
life.
ain't
Next
trying to
time,
find-
just say that's John's. I know a gang of Johns, and Brittany is this John's last name. Boom.
Either way, Brittany would have still been there and it would have rang.
But what I'm
Right.
saying is he needs to find another way, period, because the risk was just too high. Just for that little favor.
Kira said she could have showed up with the phone and a pot of grits. Why ain't I'm talking? Listen, women, listen. Why y'all ain't asking questions for like the Wahite woman? Ask questions. We ain't got to. Can I get a question first?
I don't know.
I mean, it would have been a whole.
No.
interview.
I mean, listen,
It'd
you're
been more than
right.
questions.
You're right.
We can get some
You're
questions,
right.
right?
You're
Some
right.
questions. Who's Brittany? And then we get into to that whole situation.
Who is genuine life? That's what I need to know.
We've
Oh,
had this
wow.
conversation.
Back here.
We're back here again.
Right.
So
I just want to know who's in the crib.
with that being said, make sure to like and
Lord.
subscribe. Again, do all the things. Let's go ahead and get into our topics for the night. All right, so I guess we started with this CHH bar thing.
Yo, why you a hater?
that-
Flo?
No, I'm not hating. It's just as y'all are saying your bars, I'm gonna have to be thinking of one because I wasn't.
I don't know one yet. I don't know. Okay, I'll pick one for tonight, but I got too many.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's like your tonight bar. It's not a real situation, right? Like it's not the best topic, but let's do it.
Oh,
Brina.
Yo, quote, you got to relax. You got to stop
Your
hating on
favorite
topics that you don't like and then be
CHH
calling them out like you
bar.
don't like them. That's bad for the show. I'm tired of you doing that.
Look, I'm tired of y'all having committee meetings in the middle of the podcast.
Nah, I'm sick of it. Because quote be doing this all the time.
Because it's, I mean, we'll see. We'll see if it's a fruitful topic. Brina, favorite bar?
Nah, because you already creating a narrative.
That's fair, quote.
I told y'all quote be doing this. When he don't like something, he's gonna let you know he don't like it, and then we still gotta do it. And quote can be like, I told y'all I don't like it.
I'm not talking about the generalization, but right now,
quote Corey gets blamed for everything, especially every bad topic. So this is my way of letting you know this won't my topic.
Nah, yeah, that's whack.
Correct. Where is Rucker?
Shouts out to Rucker. This was Rucker's
I don't know.
Topic. But yes, and guys, you should join the Patreon, because in the Patreon you get to choose and vote on topics. You get to create topics. You get to vote on topics.
Unless quote don't like them, and then he'll tell you he don't like them after everybody votes on them.
But we still do them because we are ran by the people. It's people's choice out here.
And then quote
and
will
the
tell
people
you he don't
chose
like it.
To have this as a topic. Brina.
Hey, I don't like the next one, but we still gotta
bar.
This was tough. So I think I'll just go with what's committed to memory. Okay. Ambassador song Human Superstars from the Cross Movement House of Reps album. He said, we laugh now when we laugh first, but it's only through Christ that we can laugh past the black hearse.
I remember that. Yeah. Okay, Ambassador, Human Superstar.
I was going to go with an ambassador line.
Huh?
I was going to go with an
ambassador line. You're going to go to ambassador line?
Yeah.
I figured there's a great deal of ambassador lines that we can go with. Go ahead, Goss, what you got?
I want to say it's truth, but it could be ambassador. It's a melody of bars.
Kira?
And they said, I get the chills every time I get the spill, because it's a thrill to put Christ on the pedestal. Winner in sin and death, you could bet is real. He could take you out and won't make you pay the bill.
Yeah, let's get you open. I was going to quote the opening line from that song. Ready or not? I was going to go with that. Okay, see, now I'm going to have to go with aha, because y'all know that.
Hold on. Kiara, quote want to talk about ministry and IRAs. Why?
Because he been a husband all his life.
I've not been married my whole life. I'm coming up on my 10th year of being married. And Charles, what topic did you put in the chat that we missed?
Where is Trish in the chat? No, Trish, you need to really say hi, hon. Come
on. What topic, Charles? What topic are you talking about? While we waiting to find out what topic.
I'm trying to tell y'all. Quote's a topic bully. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Genuine Life know it. Yeah, Genuine Life know what's up.
Yeah, Mr. Solo. All right, Tasha, what you got?
I'll go with a simple one. Okay. What song is it again? I think it's All White Party. It wasn't Trillium though. Was it Trillium? It was this. Which Trillium was it with? It was one of his All White Party songs. Basically, he said, just because I got a Bible don't mean I ain't got a gun. I love it.
Bang.
I love
violence,
it.
Right? Just all
yeah,
about the violence.
My soul awakened on that line.
Did it? Did it really?
Yes.
Okay.
It is
I
my
thought
life.
you were going to say about the stripper fan that loves Jesus.
I'm sorry?
I thought you were going to talk about that bar that Aha said, but I was wrong.
Yeah. No, and then close behind that, Show Baraka. This kind of comes back to me every now and again. Said, if you don't stand behind your bars, me and you don't jail. Crazy.
That's kind of corny, though.
Your mama's corny.
What? Hold on, the mama that I'm driving back from Richmond on Sunday night. Is that what you're talking about? That mama?
What if my mama was dead? What if she would have died?
There would be corn growing from her grave.
Oh,
yeah,
no?
that's hardcore. All right. I see what time it is. It's open season now. Let's go, quote. Let's go. Let's go.
Listen. I still don't have any bars. Okay, all right. So
we getting spicy tonight. I see what time it is.
We'll do the right. We'll do the right now joint. It's the last joint that I probably commented about on Twitter with Lecrae, and Lecrae was like, "Oh, because Lecrae's not known for bars. That's not who Lecrae is necessarily."
There was a whole hashtag called Lecrae got bars. Remember
shouts out. Is it really? Oh no, you're joking. You're saying you're gonna make one?
No, I'm dead serious. There was a whole hashtag like 4 years ago.
Really?
And all the people were because somebody had said Lecrae don't got bars, and then the whole CHH came to his defense.
Really?
Yeah. Look it up on Twitter.
Black Jesus.
I'm definitely looking that up.
Look it up on Twitter. Hashtag Craig got bars.
So there's this joint, man. My bad. I won't prepare it. So it was on the album before last.
Wow.
Lecrae.
Crazy.
It was on not Church Clothes 4, but what was the album before that?
Church Clothes 3?
No. I think it was Restoration joint. What is the joint where he's like, I think I found it here. Yeah, I got it. Okay, so the joint on Drown where he's talking about, no, that's not it. Never mind, that's not it. So there's a joint where he's talking about, it's on the summer joint. That's what it's for. It's on the summer joint. The last summer joint. I'm not going to be able to find it fast.
I was just it's not happening.
So what would happen is when you see somebody stalling like I'm just doing, somebody else, since there's 4 people here, somebody else jumps in with something to distract from the person who's stalling.
Hi.
So the person
my next
has
calling,
time.
She's asked you to get your foot off of her. Could you, bruh?
No, it's not you. No, I'm sorry. That wasn't to you. That was to everybody. Somebody's flailing. Jump in.
Yes. No, I thought you were actually saying something, and then I was just like, "Oh, you ain't."
Yeah, because you kept saying stuff, bro.
You're not saying nothing.
Well, because I'm stalling, but you're supposed to be able to anticipate. Okay, that person's stalling. They don't know
That's gonna be
they're talking about.
Jeopardy music over it. That's what that's gonna be.
Yo,
Jeopardy music.
We not professionals. We don't know that.
I'm just saying I would have y'all's back in that situation, but one is the loneliest number
that you'll ever do.
Okay,
all right.
listen,
Well,
and I'm still stalling. Thank you. Go for it.
Well, since Quote doesn't know any CHH bars from off top of his head,
right,
I'm now calling into question.
Let's go from Christology. Let's just your favorite Christology bars.
And he's a whole
Period.
DJ, and I'm calling into question his whole career now, because I feel like
listen, man, I'm old now, dude. I don't remember.
I mean,
necessary roughness.
I don't remember that much of anything.
I don't mean nothing. LeBron, 38 years old.
Thank you, Judon. Thank you, Judon.
Still dunking on people.
Yeah, he plays $1 million to take care of his body. I don't got that kind of money. But go ahead, keep talking.
What's that got to do with your brain? You got to remember
the same way that he would pay for his body. I would pay for my mentor.
See that, Brina?
That's a fact.
Really,
Kiara? Right back there.
Kiara.
Okay, come on.
I don't even be rocking like for real.
Come on. Tell us about the Roth IRAs. Come on.
Yo,
that's what you really want to talk about.
Y'all are so foul.
Just pass the topic. Just pass the topic.
Okay, I can pass the topic.
Listen, no, let's just keep the topic going. And like anytime y'all think of one, we can just pop in with it, even if we move on to something.
We all said ours. Only Quote got to think of one.
I mean, but I didn't say a real bar. I said a line. It wasn't a bar.
I mean,
it was a joint from the summer playlist of last year, and I just can't find the summer playlist of last year right now for whatever. The Reach summer playlist joint. It was the joint he did. Well, anyway, listen, let's keep it moving. I'll come back around.
So
with
nobody dropping a Bizzle, like ain't nobody referencing no Bizzle stuff.
That would have been a hot Bizzle joint. Like I just think again, it wasn't the best of topics, And the only reason why we're even talking about the topic is because I didn't have one. Had I had one, we'd be on to the next topic, which just shows how weak the topic was.
Why are you critiquing your program during the program? Stop it!
I told y'all he does this.
So John, there you go, Charles. Boom. John gives us just that.
So now everybody's going to have to remember there is 4 of us, and there are 50 million CHH artists. Chat. So every artist wasn't going to get love in the joint. Okay?
I just took the easy way out. And
Kiera is roasting you.
This is what Kiera does all the time. What did she say now? I can't remember Invisalign, but can absolutely tell you the trajectory of mortgage interest rates for the next 5 years. It's not even true, Kiera. I can't do that.
Oh, Lord.
I can't do that.
Hey, when plywood go on sale, quote.
That's messed up.
Listen, but 15 minutes or less will save you money on your car insurance. Anyway, so let's go on to the next joint real quick, which is this joint with the Dalai Lama. I guess I got to pitch everything too. See, I got to do everything. Look. So
I avoided that story like the plague. That's the person.
We got anything on that, Bree?
We do.
We don't have the video, do we? I don't really want the video. Is that what we have?
It's like you can just talk about it, but that's the only thing I got.
So listen, y'all. So for one, first and foremost, has everybody seen or heard about the Dalai Lama situation that's on the screen right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Dalai Lama gets talking to a young child. This is on camera. There are many people around, different things of that nature. I guess he first comes in for some kind of a head nut, whatever. Then he asks for the kiss or whatever the case may be on the cheek. And then he says something like "suck my tongue" or whatever the case may be. And they kind of go in for it, but then it doesn't happen. He does not suck his tongue. It did not happen.
It's not funny. I'm laughing because Gus is laughing.
So I'll start with Brina. Brina, what were your thoughts concerning the Dalai Lama and this particular instances?
It was disgusting.
How was that even a joke? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just it was disgusting. And that's why I really didn't want to. It was just disgusting. Just to see this kind of behavior. He's just a dirty old man. Like, I don't even know what else you can say about that besides the fact that it's just gross. Unacceptable. Like, yeah, that's all I got.
Yo, who is the Dalai Lama? Like, what is he? Like, who is that person? Like, what is that? Is that a title, the Dalai Lama? Is that his name?
The monk of all monks.
He's a monk?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Was the kid's mama there?
Probably so. She probably let him do it.
In the
she
chat.
Probably encouraged him to do it. But what's the so the Dalai Lama is not a title, or is it a title?
I believe it's a title.
I don't know. I don't think
it is a
black
title.
folk know. Is it a title?
No. I studied it a while ago.
It's a title given by the Tibetan people.
He's a monk.
Tibetan monk. Yes.
Yeah.
So he ain't had no buns in ever, right? Because that's the qualification to be a monk, right?
No buns, right?
No buns.
I don't know how Buddhism works.
No buns.
Feel me? So here's my theory. Like, I feel like this was like his chance, but not the chance. But he thought it'd be cute to get away with it. Yeah, I feel, right? Because like, there's no way that you be that freaky where you wanted to suck somebody's tongue, and at that, a little kid's tongue. You feel me?
A point is being made because I mean,
this is what I'm saying.
That's like you skipped so many other things.
Yes. Like, why? What makes you want to suck somebody's tongue, bruh?
Key, you ever told a nigga suck my tongue? Just out of out of nowhere. Nigga,
my man is dedicated his life to celibacy for his whole life.
You skipped kiss this, lick that.
Yeah. So he said, listen, this is my chance. He said, I'm never going to be able to do this with the little girl. So I'm going to try and get away with it with this little boy. And he got away with it for a while. Like, this ain't new. This was something that just came up, right? Am I tripping or is this new?
No, this is new. I think this is surely new.
I have never heard such anything about this man like this before.
I thought this was like something like a video resurfaced.
I don't think it resurfaced. I think this is something that recently happened.
Listen, all these monks are freaky, and the Dalai Lama was like, "Listen, I got to get me some kind of whatever, and whoop-de woo. So let me, see what's going on in these streets with these little boys' tongues." I'm not saying it's right. I just feel like that was his excuse, and he's like, "I'm the Dalai Lama. Nobody's gonna judge me for this." But little did he know, it's crazy out here in these streets.
Tasha,
that's my take.
This jump hit too close to home. I actively avoided this story. It's depressing. It's very triggering for me personally. And it just made me feel gross. It made me feel gross, especially because of who he's supposed to be. Not that, he's some big Christ follower or something like that, but it's just like he's supposed to represent virtues of a sort. You know what I mean? And it's just like,
I feel you.
Like, it kind of brought back that pain with Ravi Zacharias. It kind of brought back that pain with Cosby. Kind of brought back that pain with like people in my own life. It's just very triggering, and I didn't want nothing to do with this story. It's just like, what do you do now? Like, you can never see him the same. I won't. Like, do you think he's okay after this? Does he rebound, or is it over?
We have to automatically get like another Dalai Lama.
Yeah, bro. Like, what? Like,
he had to get his rocks off. Now he got them off. Now he's going back to his cave.
I mean, and we always talked about how. So just to segue this, I know this isn't one of our topics, but
Charles, love that comment, by the way.
What's that?
Anyway, Charles said, "I wonder if there's any Asians like, man. See, this is why I don't go to the temple no more." It just sounds like something that they were,
and it's like, notice, there's buzz. I don't know if they actually took action on it yet, but like the Pope is out here trying to get the priesthood some buns. You know what I'm saying?
He should. It's not natural for y'all not to get none ever.
Okay,
hold on. He's
been making comments praising sex as one of God's creations. And there's been talks about how they've been interpreting, their policy. And the gist is, well, it was this whole celibacy thing was only supposed to be a temporary measure. We understand it's been a few centuries, but we might be rolling that back. Because I just feel like, why? I just felt like when everything started coming out in the early 20th century with all of the abuse scandals, it's just like, I feel like it was apparent from them. If you are suppressing human desires to a point, it's going to come out some way. And it's not to say this is a natural way for it to come out, but it's just like, if God ain't give these dudes the gift, man can't give it to them.
That's a good point.
I
totally agree.
So
let them get them buns.
Why do they feel like they got to be in celibacy forever?
So do they have to be married to get these buns? Like, are we what are we doing here?
No, I didn't say just, hot cross buns, just buns,
Not illegal buns.
Illegal.
But I'm saying though, like, why do they feel like they got to take this vow of celibacy to serve God?
I don't.
Why do they feel like they can't get married?
So I think. I mean, are we talking scripturally here? Or are we talking just?
I'm talking about the Dalai Lama, the Pope, these monks, these folks that are saying, "I'm not getting married, so I can dedicate my life to God." That's foolishness.
So no, it's not necessarily foolishness, though it is foolishness for some people, right? Like it might be foolishness for you, it might be foolishness for me, because we see ourselves as people who are determined to get the buns.
But then you go do stupid stuff like this and kiss little boys in the mouth.
First and foremost, everybody's not, and he didn't suck his tongue, right? It didn't happen like that. That's not what happened.
He wanted to.
So I don't know that he wanted to. It says it was kind of a joke, right? Like there's little jokes with it.
Man,
so listen.
What?
So here's as far as getting people buns, right? I think in American culture, we idolize marriage and sex.
Stay right there, quote. Stay right there, Pastor.
Marriage and sex. Paul theoretically didn't get the buns.
Paul was married.
Paul didn't get any. Don't pay no attention to Goss.
Was they're saying in order for him to be as high as he was in his rank as a Jewish official or whatever he was, he had to be married at least one time.
That he was single in the scriptures.
But at one point in his life, he was
married. Did he?
He was married at one point in his life.
He said, I wish y'all was like me. Maybe he was talking about the way he feels about marriage.
So, I think
did he come out and say he wasn't married?
I don't y'all believe me. I'm the only pastor here.
Nobody. Well, anyway,
y'all be disrespecting me.
No, you finna just wake up and somebody slap pastor on you, and now you finna tell us all everything.
I mean,
what
do you need
about
to see my
who grew up in the church? Didn't Brina just beat you at Bible trivia, Pastor?
Dude,
Brina, you tell us, was Paul?
I am.
Do you need to see my license? Do you need to see my credentials? Do you need to see the test I passed? What do you want to see?
I don't care about any of that. None of that matters to me. My wife can out-degree you like nobody's business when it comes to Bible. And
I would submit to her if she said
to her concerning.
But we got Brina right here. Brina's the reigning Bible trivia champ.
No, she's not. Just because she knows it's 3 Hebrew boys and not 5.
She did actually.
Petty.
Okay.
Petty.
Anyway, so listen, as I'm trying to pull through the scriptures right now to find that joint with Paul. Paul, for all intents and purposes,
6 and 7.
Paul was single. Okay.
Okay, just knowing that without any reference.
We know this because we've studied the Bible. You all know this, right?
But tell me where it is.
Well, okay, I can take time to look it up right now. That means y'all got to
1 Corinthians 6 and
like
7.
I'm telling y'all, at one point in his life he was married, but he ended up single for sure.
Okay, so he was like Noel Jones.
How do people say that?
But how do you prove that scripturally then?
Because if you went to Bible school or you went to seminary or you went to anything like that, you know the background about being is it Jewish? He was something.
Yes, Corey, Jewish.
That's what I'm saying. Not his ethnicity, but his rank as a, because he was a lot of stuff. He was a Pharisee. He was a bunch of stuff. But in order for him to be that, he would have had to been married. So therefore, he was married if you know the Jewish tradition.
His wife probably passed. Y'all don't know.
Oh, now y'all want to believe me that I say he was married. Y'all don't know.
Again, as far as I know.
No, I said what you were saying makes sense. If you're coming from the cultural like that, that makes sense.
That's what I'm talking about. Quote don't want to believe me.
He could have either been married or a eunuch.
See, so to me, and again, I don't want to belittle eunuchs for one, or people who dedicate their lives to God and choose to be celibate. Like this is big time stuff. Like married. We idolize marriage, we idolize sex in this culture.
We do.
But there are people who choose to live their life for the Lord, and that's just it. You know what I mean? And choose to be celibate. And I don't, there's nothing wrong with that. Ooh. That is to actually be celebrated in my mind. That's to be celebrated as well. I could not do it. It was not the path for me.
No, listen, I asked God for the gift a few times. I did.
Indeed. So
I would have kept the receipt, but he never gave it to me.
But I think we gotta also say with that just because you have a desire to get married doesn't mean it's guaranteed that you are going to get married.
Right, very much so. And here's another aspect of it. And I've said this on the show plenty of times. I think it is extremely hard to like to me, Paul being married, even if we say Paul was married beforehand, whatever the case may be, and just didn't, whatever. Let's say he was. I have always said on this show, and this is just what I stand by, turning off the faucet isn't easy. So there's still a commitment to celibacy there, whether or not he was married before or not. Because if he actually tasted and saw that it was good and then had to make a decision,
come on, Pastor,
that's a whole nother ball game in itself. Having regular buns and then all of a sudden having no buns, that's a hard place to be.
I feel like this conversation is one-sided. I mean, buns, you mean, or hot dogs?
That was good, T. That was good. Yes, buns or hot dogs. You know what I mean? Whichever. Yes, based on your sex, right? Based on who you are. Yes, it was a one-sided conversation. Thank you. So, I think once you've had hot dogs or once you've had buns,
Amen.
and then you no longer have that feast on your plate.
Mm-hmm.
It is very, very hard not to attempt to get that feast yet again.
I'm in a mischievous mood, obviously.
Yeah, and you can be. That's good. I wish all of y'all would talk more. It would make it so I don't have to talk more, and then I can research the scripture that I'm trying to find.
But anyway. It's the drive-by shade for me. Like, quote, quote getting us together every step.
I was just trying. But ultimately, going back to the Dalai Lama, I was looking at a picture earlier as I was researching about this of him playing kissing games with Desmond Tutu.
What in the holy?
Yeah, and there's a picture of him messing with Desmond like that. But so I wonder. Okay, listen.
Okay, go ahead.
From our filter, we are all grown up for the most part, American adjacent, whatever the case may be. We do know we have a very overly sexual gaze. We do.
Okay, this is true. I'll accept that.
We put sexuality on everything and anything. We do, as Americans. We really do have an over-sexual gaze. With my American over-sexually gaze, I look at what happened and I'm like, ew, that's nasty. And if you dare did that to my child or any child, whatever, and I was in there, I would knock you off, knock your face off, whatever the case may be, right? Obviously. This is my American gaze. This is how I see this. I would never let my daughter or kids get close to you, yada, yada, yada. I do wonder if we take off that gaze of over-sexualizing everything, what was his motive? Like, I think we quickly made him out to be a pervert. And I don't know if that was...
There's nothing universal about sucking tongue. People don't...
But again,
randomly
the sucking
suck tongues in other cultures for other purposes rather than to
did not happen. That did not happen. The sucking tongue did not happen.
It didn't have to. The fact that you asked for it, I think, is even or just as gross.
So they say from reading up on it, reading up into like the Taiwanese, what is it? What's the
Tibetan?
Thank you. Reading into their culture and those that were defending him from there, they say he plays a lot of games. And again, I was talking about the Desmond Tutu because let me throw this picture over here to Brina real quick.
Feed me the line, Kira.
Because
I'm gonna tell the people your thoughts.
Because he plays around a lot, or whatever the case may be, and ultimately, I mean, I just wonder if we. I wonder about motive, right? Do I really want to just say, oh, that dude's a pedophile? Like, am I that's what I'm doing?
Do you think he's too separated from society to just even know what's socially
again,
appropriate?
I think thoughts like that.
Because he didn't say suck my finger. I'm not saying that would be better. He didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't say, here, suck on this piece of candy, which doesn't make me feel better either, but at least like it's candy and it has no part, it's not a part. Nigga said, suck my tongue, bro.
Yeah, well, he did. He said that. And
I
again,
just don't know what to do with it.
For my gaze, it would come off immediately inappropriate. It's something that I would never let my child near. And of course, it looks like it looks and whatever. But I know I know my gaze. I do realize that there is an over sexual situation, with
in
my
the
gaze.
Dalai Lama's head.
And so again, I don't know how that culture experiences.
Well, let's Google it real quick.
And whatever the case may be.
Let's Google it. Sucking tongue. No, since y'all made me talk about this, because I didn't want to talk about this. Sucking tongue in.
So again, my whole point to say is obviously it was nasty or whatever the case may be. I'm wondering though, do we just make him a pedophile? Is that just what he is? Or is he just removed from our gaze and our over sexualizing of things?
No.
So those are just thoughts that I wonder. Brina, did you get? Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Just throw that up real quick. This is him playing with Desmond Tutu. You have a 17-year-old that's coming in the house way later, but it's a spring break, so you let it go. But anyway, see, this is him playing around with Desmond Tutu, and really, my bad. So I don't know. I'm just, those are just my thoughts. Hey, son. And even this particular joint says here, sadly, everything in the modern Western world is too hypersexualized. The Dalai Lama jokingly made a kissing face to greet his friends. Desmond Tutu, only those with severe case of porn brain can see this as sexual.
No, making kissing. I'm not talking about making a kissing face now. I'm talking about me asking you if you would suck my tongue.
So that's just I always like to bring another viewpoint in it, or is either I bring, and I'm always know who I am on the show, know who I am. I am always trying to think the best of people if I can. That's always my thing. And so either I think the best and I find a way to give him grace or understand that maybe he comes differently from where I come from or whatever the case may be, or I say, ooh, that dude's a pedophile. And I just want to be more careful about just throwing labels on people that, I don't know, or because of one incident or whatever the case may be. That's just always my thought.
In 2019, the Dalai Lama apologized for saying that if his successor were to be a woman, she would have to be attractive. Check, please.
Well,
I'm lightheaded.
As Tasha said, check, please. Make sure to like and subscribe, do all the things, yada, yada, yada. Boom, boom, boom. Of course, if you really love what we do here, rocking with us, you can definitely like us on the Patreon as well. When I say like us on the Patreon, I mean actually subscribe to the Patreon is actually what I'm trying to say here. Join the Patreon group chat, get to influence the topics of different things there. Plus, we're just always clowning in the group chat, amongst many, many other things, from game nights, what we have going on later on this month, Zoom shows, different things of that nature. Again, join the Patreon. We'd love to see you in the group chat. Okay, so back to these topics here.
All right.
Rodney Jerkins puts out a message to Orlando artists, specifically Christian hip hop artists, that read something like this. Christian hip hop Orlando area. If you love Christian hip hop or Christian music, period, and you are in Orlando, get at me. Producers, songwriters, artists, marketing, social media, creative directors, A&R, etc. Whatever you feel your skill is for this genre, let me know. Tag someone you know. I think this was dope. I don't feel like the Christian hip hop community talked about this enough when it popped. I don't know who saw it or whatever. Of course, I'm not in Orlando, so I saw it. I thought it was dope, but again, I wasn't in Orlando, so it was kind of I was like, well, I'm not there. Okay, keep it moving, kind of thing. But did this cross your your path at all in Orlando, Tosh?
No, not really. But I mean, Orlando has always been a little, we had a nice little pocket out here for Christian hip hop. Like when I was living out here years ago, because right now I've been back here since like 2021. But when I was here in school, like early 2000s, it was really popping out here. There was always some CHH event to go to, whether it was kind of like a Christian club vibe or just like a service or a hangback or something. We had a lot. Like we some of the best concerts was coming to town. Back in the day, man, you got to get DJ Sound 51, like the old crew. Like it was fun times. It was good times. So yeah, I'm not surprised. There's a lot of Orlando is not a huge, and we're not like LA or Atlanta, but I mean, it's a lot of entertainment out here. You know what I'm saying? It's adjacent to the tourist industry and, Disney and all of that. And so you got a pocket of the entertainment industry out here. It's a gang of lawyers out here. We got a gang of law schools just on one street,
Right.
And so, yeah, it's a lot of that, just generally in the area. So it's no surprise that he finally made his way over here.
I've heard that Orlando was like a great area for that, just from DJs that I know down there. But I've never heard.
Well, isn't Full Sail's in Orlando too? No.
Who?
I think
Full Sail's in Orlando.
Full Sail is right here.
Yeah.
And Full Sail is Full Sail.
Yeah,
they're cranking out engineers and artists and business people for the entertainment industry. I remember when Full Sail was still new back when I was in school. They were still trying to recruit. And it's like they need no advertisement now.
No, they big deal. Kiara, wow, what I be saying about women being promiscuous and Jesus be saving these hoes? Please explain that comment for me. I don't understand. What is it that I be doing or saying? I would like to know. Thank you. And so, Goss, thoughts concerning Rodney Jerkins doing that?
I think that's dope. I think there's a lot of artists out there in the area that probably could benefit from that. Ty Tribbett's out there, but he's not really gospel hip hop.
Oh, his church is out here. I couldn't visit his church. I heard his church is praise and worship is a day long.
It probably is.
I
could imagine. I absolutely could imagine that. But now I like it for the Orlando and surrounding area.
It would have been great if he came out here 15 years ago.
Yeah, I feel that.
But he's here. He's probably gonna get it popping again.
Shout out to all the artists in there taking advantage of that.
You mean when Goss called the ladies hoes and you're saying I co-signed it? Is that what you're saying?
She said you're captain of the Save a Hose.
She didn't say I'm Captain Save a Ho. That's not what she was saying.
You are the captain of all of them.
No, I'm not the captain.
Philosophy wise, not that you.
When you agreed with calling women hoes, quote, "Ain't nobody scared of you, Grandpa." Anyway, first and foremost, Kira, don't forget that you indeed are my senior by a month, Grandma. And number two, you saying I agree with Goss on calling the women hoes? Oh, when I think I remember the topic.
Judah remember too.
What did I say? I mean, but what specifically happened? I think Goss said something. He called somebody. Oh, he was talking about the hoes getting saved. Remember, Bree? Goss said something about hoes getting saved.
And he was very happy because now he'll be able to find a wife.
Yeah. So Goss said something about Instagram hoes getting saved. And did I second it? I second calling them hoes. Is that what happened?
You did.
Okay. Genuine life. Hold on, quote. You ain't gonna be popping out people's age. Okay.
Oh, what? What? Karen? She just called me Grandpa. She'll be all right.
You're not gonna be popping out people's age for them, okay?
For one, I did not say her name. I said I am a month older. She's a month older than me, which makes her grandma.
We knew who you were talking about.
I never said her actual age. So, yes, thank you, Judon. Jesus be saving these hoes. That was Goss. That was not me. But I agreed with him. So because I agreed with Goss,
we're gonna pull up a replay.
Anyway, so Brina, thoughts on Rodney Jerkins? Oh, well, Goss, did you finish your thought?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. I feel like I'm multitasking very badly over here. Go ahead. Well, anyway, go ahead.
No, I mean, I wasn't surprised to see that. I think it's a good look for him. Just with everything he's done in the gospel music space, I was not surprised to see that he has interest in Christian hip hop. So I'm excited to see what comes of it.
She said your knees need WD-40.
No. She's talking about her knees so good. For one, I have anyway. We're not gonna go there because you know why she's saying her knees is still good. She's basically saying that she can still drop it. And honestly, I don't care about her knees being good and her dropping it. She still is older than me, grandma. So anyway, with all that being said, I think this is dope. I think I agree with Goss that this is a little old though. I mean, like Rodney doing this 10, 15 years ago would have been so much doper. But I mean, don't sleep though. I mean, Rodney Jerkins is still a dark child, right?
I mean, he's Rodney Jerkins, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, it's not like he ain't never been out here. Like years ago, when I was like going around and singing and stuff, my manager at the time hired this dude to produce an album for me. He took 10 G's from my manager and didn't do squat. And then he got Rodney, picked up.
Some other dude.
No, some other dude that he got picked up by Dark Child. He got picked up and. Yeah, it's just like I think my manager like tried to get in contact with them, like, yo, this man, you know, he owes us work because we gave him money, and obviously no one intervened. So it's just a really bad. Yeah. I mean, but anywho, like he been around Orlando.
And Rodney's been around the Christian spaces for years too. Whether it was Rodney or Fred Jerkins. Fred Jerkins, of course, was doing a lot of production, but a lot of that was Rodney as well. So it's not like Rodney hasn't been around Christian spaces for a long time, but specifically saying Christian hip hop there. And I think he might have done something with T-Bone. You're right, Genuine Life. I think he might actually done something with T-Bone. But Rodney's produced for a lot of Christian R&B type artists, especially when Christian R&B was real hot in the late 90s, early 2000s. So yeah, exactly, John. He still got heat though. He's still a musical genius, and so it's dope. And he did specify. I mean, he specified a little bit of everything, but he specified Christian hip hop. Now, what I think Cats really missed out on that joint is he did not just say artists. I mean, he said producers, songwriters, A&Rs. It really seemed like Junior Life is clowning Corey. That's funny. It really did seem like almost as if he was trying to build label like stuff. You feel me? Like asking for all that. That's a label, right? Songwriters, producers, A&Rs. It looks like he might be really trying to build something. Like he about to do some damage. Or maybe just a team.
Probably a team.
Well, in 2023. Probably in 2005, we would have said he's trying to build a label. You're right. 2023, the world's different. So yes, maybe he's just building a team or whatever. Anyway, I think it's dope and could be great exposure for the right Christian hip hop artists that link up with them. I hope people took advantage of that. I didn't really get a chance to follow that thread. As soon as he said Orlando, I kind of checked out because, again, not in Orlando. And he was very specific about where he was asking about. But yeah, I'm surprised, Tasha, you didn't maybe put your name in the bucket in any of that or follow up with any of that at all.
I don't rap.
He didn't just ask for rappers.
No, when you told me to reach out to him, I did. I sent him a message, but I'm a lawyer. Like, nobody wants to mess with lawyers.
Gosh, Brina, if you don't mind throwing that up real quick. One more time, the Rodney Jerkins joint.
There you go.
It says specifically, Orlando area producers, songwriters, artists, marketing, social media, creative directors, A&R, etc. ETC could be entertainment lawyers as well. Or people.
No, I write, but he ain't get back at me. I already sent him a message.
Okay, so you did. I'm just making sure you sent.
No. When you told me, I went ahead and did it, but he probably got so many to sift through. Like it looked like immediately, at least 500,000 people responded to him immediately. So
really,
he's got to get. Through
I didn't see the chain.
Yeah, no, that's what it looked like to me. So
okay,
heck yeah, if I lived in Orlando, I would.
Oh yeah,
somebody connected to some of that will probably reach out to me in a couple of days because I still. I used to run with a lot of them Christian hip hop heads back in the day. I was always around some type, and like if they had events, I would do like the praise and worship or some kind of hosting or whatever.
Got you. Dope. Well, that's what's up. Like I think it's definitely something that Christian hip hop needs to take advantage of, talk about, and anybody could lend their services to Rodney, just for how the genre operates. The genre is a very small genre, but at the same time, it's a very distressing genre. So you do need somebody to open the door per se. Even I think if Dark Child knocks, people should pick up, right? I mean, it's Dark Child, right?
Depends.
Whatever. I mean, respect, but I mean, we're living in a time now where kids ain't really, names don't mean what they used to us.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
To these kids nowadays.
Okay.
Not all the way. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
Dark Child knocks on my door, I'm answering.
Oh no, absolutely. I'm in his DM right now, so that should tell you respect.
Yeah. So that is what it is. Listen, the last topic of the night. The night's just kind of flying by. Do apologize in advance, chat, as our topics just seem to be a little weak this go round. But you can actually be an agent of change for the Tastemakers topics. You could cause things to happen in the world that are really catastrophic that make us have to talk about them, or you could do something more simpler and you can join the Patreon, and therefore you can let us know about things that are popping off, and let us know what you want us to talk about every single week just by joining the Patreon, joining the group chat. We have the game nights, we have the Zoom calls, and all of that jazz. Do that. Just scan your phone right over the barcode, whether or not you're watching it on your Apple TV, YouTube TV, your laptop, your tablet, whatever. If you're watching on your phone, of course, you can't do that. But it is what it is. Let's keep it going to the last topic of the night.
What is it?
Transformation Church puts on an event this past Easter Sunday. I did say that. I did.
I mean, we can look. We got more topics when we finish talking about this, and I got some stuff.
So they put on this event. It's widely critiqued immediately. Do you have that video that kind of was cut up that was kind of going around at all, Brina? If you don't, you do.
Yeah, okay. I have this one.
Yeah. Let's check this out real quick, and then we'll talk about it.
Sick and filthy with envy. I can't free a thought. Jimmy out. I'm getting to the money. Everybody back. I think I'm getting too much money. Everybody back.
As we were saying, Dragon, this is what you need to do. Step 1, find you a baddie. Okay. But step 2, she gotta have a fatty. Hey. Look back at it. What is she doing? Friends, I don't have a fatty. Girl, we keep telling you it's okay.
Your little booty matter too, friend.
Y'all know they don't be discriminating.
So, Mike Todd, Easter celebration at Transform Church this past week. And of course, YouTube streets go crazy and different things of that nature. And it's funny to me, a certain thing, but we'll talk about that later. Just in general, I don't know what you've heard. I don't know what you've seen. Of course, that clip there circulated all over the internet streets. I'll go ahead and go to Tasha first to talk about her thoughts. We'll then go to Goss. We'll go to Brina, and then I'll clean it up. Go ahead, Tasha.
Well, okay. Well, I am a theater nerd that never happened. Okay. I am all for the production. I love it. I love it. You know, the drama, the music, the costumes, the set, everything. Like, why not? Why not? We got so much talent in the church. You know, it's not just keys, drums, and bass. Like, there's so many other talents that can be used in the church, and church can be a breeding ground for so many types of careers, not just singer, soloists, and the 4-piece band. So I just love it. Did some of the characters seem to have a lot of fun portraying the evil that their role called for? Sure.
But just good actors and actors.
But it's drama. They're doing a good job dramatizing that character, and it just looks like a lot of fun, and I'm here for it.
Tasha,
I haven't gotten a chance to do a theological sweep, okay, of it, but if we're talking about production in the name of our Lord, that looks like it's also fun to be a part of. As someone who grew up doing the church plays and singing and stuff, and a little bit of that in my adult life, I'm so here for it. You want me to go out and do it for the world? Let's do it in the church.
That's what's up. Okay, all right. I see you, Tasha. Definitely. I share with you with the low-key theater nerd. I'm the same way, kind of, so I feel you. Court.
Yeah, I liked it too. I liked the production value of it. I liked everything that was happening. I don't think that was like the whole thing that they did. I want to see the whole thing so I can see it from start to finish.
That 45 seconds was definitely not the whole thing they did. You're right.
Yeah. So I actually want to go back on YouTube and see if they have the whole entire production part of it. And I'm sure he preached afterwards. But yeah, I like it a lot. I think people are they're polarized by Mike Todd, and they're saying this isn't going to end well because he's flashy and because he likes to be over the top. You know, I was having a conversation with one of my pastor friends. They were just like, it just seems to be all about himself. But I just don't believe that I just don't believe that you can attach. So they attach, see, this is why this pastor is going to fall in this many months or whatever. And they're attaching his morality to his creativity. I just disagree. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, it didn't help that Carl Lentz is at the church now, whatever. So I think that they're just not ready for the Black experience on how we do stuff over the top. Because like, what's the boy in Atlanta?
With the financial backing? That's crazy.
Yeah. Wow, Jamal Bryant, he had a band. He had the TSU band at his church, and they were on stage doing the drumline stuff and, you know, acting like it was a HBCU homecoming type thing. And they were
Transformation did the same thing. Are you sure that wasn't Transformation?
No, I just saw it like yesterday, last night.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Yeah.
Praise him with all of that.
He probably got it from Transformation.
Transformation that did that for their homecoming service late last year, I believe.
Got you. But yeah, I was good with it. I liked it.
Okay. Bree?
Yeah, I mean, I liked it too. And this isn't the first time they've done this production. They did it a couple years ago, but this time they had a bigger budget. So, I mean, just seeing the clips floating around social media, like everybody's judging the entire service off of these clips from an actual production, and that wasn't the whole service. I mean, I thought it was good. I started watching like the full production. I only saw like the first 15 minutes. It looks like it's going to be really good. They took the redemption story and turned it into a parable, and made it modern. So I liked it. I liked what I saw.
Okay, so y'all are boring me. It is what it is. I thought.
I mean, I wanted to be mad when I heard it was Mike Todd.
Was not gonna like it.
I thought at least one of y'all was
gonna
pull.
Why is anyone mad at a play?
I thought one of y'all was gonna pull the either this doesn't belong in the church or something like that card, or people doing too much, or this isn't how you get people to Jesus, or I thought somebody was going to pull that card. But y'all didn't.
You want to bring my mom on?
Well, you know, I think some of y'all might have saw stuff in the Patreon and understood that maybe it wasn't what you thought it was going to be. So, yes, the whole video is in the Patreon chat for those who are in the Patreon chat. So another reason why to join the Patreon, because you get to see the stuff that everybody's talking about or whatever the case may be. So listen, I'm always about doing my research on the show and making sure that we, you know what we're talking about when we get on these joints. It's very dangerous to, I mean, we could talk around things that we have not quite seen, right? But cats go heavy judgy on the shortest clips.
For sure.
You know what I mean? I mean, we're talking about, this was an hour-and-a-half production, and that was a 45-second clip. And all kinds of things were coming out with, like, who are these ladies? Where are they? Why are they talking about what they're talking about? Dropping it? Are they in hell? Okay. There's a woman. Why is this woman on a cross? Did a woman die for ourselves? This came up. You know, different things of that nature. Yada, yada, yada. Once you watch it, I just watched the whole hour-and-a-half before we jumped on the show today. You understand why everybody is where they are, and no, it does not have a woman dying for our sins, which I won't even get to that because we have no problem.
I wouldn't explain it to nobody who ain't see it. I wouldn't explain it to nobody who's already mad and ain't see it.
Well, I mean, it's just because I don't understand why people get up and they make these whole joints dog in a situation they never did any research for. And my point, I was about
they're dedicated to not liking it already, so it don't matter.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy because even, and then I won't even talk about how. Oh, so you didn't mind that they made a woman Satan in the play, which you would care that they would make a woman Jesus in the play. But anyway,
it tells you who's complaining.
Right. But for the record, a woman wasn't Jesus in the play. So the woman that they saw on the cross, that people were like, why is there a woman on the cross? She was actually in a captured state in hell. She was not dying for your sins. But that's part of context and knowing what's going on in the play, right? So, you know, that part of it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Watch the whole thing. It was downright good. No other. I've got nothing. It was just daggone good. It was a good church play. With today's day, they did a very good job. You can definitely tell they got so much money to put in this kind of stuff. As a musical head, I absolutely loved, you know, the songs and whatever the case may be. They made a lot of mainstream covers they put into it, and they changed the words around to different things.
I saw that.
And, you know, which is actually kind of cool. You know, kind of corny. If you're a musical head, you like it anyway. That's kind of how that works. I think it's corny
when the song stands alone.
Yeah, in the song
when you just say, "Well, I'm releasing this cover, but I flipped it." There's a way to do it. Some of them work, right? But very, very little, hardly ever does it work. But to do it in a production like this makes a lot more sense, you know? When she said, when she told all the demons get information, I mean, it's kind of a sub to me. It's kind of like, y'all know that's what you know what I'm saying?
I kind of made that pickup too. Like what she said, what they really say here. They got Beyonce.
This is where she got that song
from. The key joint in hell, you know what I mean? So anyway, they did the whole thing from Satan's fall, from heaven to, you know, to earth, to hell. They did that whole thing. They did it's just, I don't want to spoil it for those that ain't seen it, but they did a very good job. And then Mike came out and did a heck of an altar call at the end. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
Jesus, of course, you know, it is the resurrection, you know, story. So Jesus whooped Cat's tail at the end too, which was kind of cool. It was just overall a very good high budget Easter program. And
we can have nice things, people.
We can have nice things.
We can have nice things. I'm sorry, Judon got to get props for this comment. I'm sorry. Do not gotta get pressed.
I do. I was trying to stay away from it. Go ahead.
You know, do not stay away, Bree. You gotta put that up.
You go ahead and read it. Go ahead and read it, Tasha.
He said, "God's cool with sisters making it clap to get people saved, but featuring Trans the rapper, hell no." Explain the inconsistency, guys.
And this is why I expected y'all to really have an issue with it this week. But
when was I cool with that?
He's saying that you would theoretically. He's saying theoretically that you would be cool with the play that they had on Easter, where these girls were dancing. I don't think they were really making it clap. I don't think that was really.
They
happening.
weren't.
They were at least talking about it. Come on.
They were talking about it, but they didn't.
We used the word she could have fatty in church.
Yeah. They weren't twerking, but yeah, they were insinuating per se. But again, because of your stance last week. And because of other stance last week, I did expect there to be some pushback concerning this week. But again, I think because we kind of started hinting to things in the Patreon and people got a chance to start seeing a little of what was going on, I think a lot of that was backed up off of.
I don't see how it's contradictory.
He got you, bro. He got you between the eyes.
No, he didn't. I don't see how it's contradictory.
So yeah, I really encourage anybody to watch it. It is actually somewhere out for public consumption right now. Also, if you are a member of the Patreon, it's already in the chat, so you can just click on it. But I encourage you to watch it because I think it's genuinely good. I think it was really good.
It looks like a good watch.
It was done well. It's a nice little musical, nice little Easter story. A little current, on certain things. It was really kind of cool. And the fact that I don't even know who made this clip, you know what I mean? And then I'm a low key. I think Ruslan posted a video today saying, so kind of joking around how he thinks that Mike Todd knows what he's doing, and he knows to give him just enough that all these YouTubers will go crazy. Talking about, and all that at the end of it does is further promotes Transformation Church. And
that Mike Todd is a smart guy.
He's a smart guy, right? And he's a smart guy, and he talks like Donald Trump. Okay, anyway. So I think and I think that might be the case. I think Mike might understand just the culture and whatever, and people talking. I don't even know if Mike and them actually made that clip, or if somebody else made that clip or whatnot, but that clip mostly focused it on the scene in hell, and that wasn't even the whole Jimmy Jam by any means, you know what I mean? So, but anyway, it's just funny how people will take a clip with no context and have so much to say, and that's why I just always want to leave room for grace, and I promise to always try to do research before we get up here and talk about a joint. Or before I go to name and labeling things, because listen, I mean, from the jump, that joint was solid. That joint was real solid. I watched the whole thing. It was in my top 3 of Easter plays I've seen in my life. It was in my top 3, easy.
Yeah,
I feel it.
There's just always an ongoing thing. Society is to brand people. Make their brand, define their brand by the worst things they've ever done. So it's like,
sure,
my talk could give 1,000 inspirational messages and spit on somebody once or whatever, Not that I'm a fan. I don't really know his work like that. I feel like he's for the kids. But
that's nothing. Yeah, I don't even. It's like I don't rock with. I don't watch Mike.
Yeah, we don't brand people by their best in this Twitter era. It's like the worst, they're people's mistakes. That's what we want to say. Like even the reference you made to Carl Lentz, people side-eyeing transformation and all of that because Carl Lentz is there. What is Carl Lentz? And again, I haven't followed him either like that. I just know who he is and where he used to serve. So what, is he synonymous for all things evil now? Because, it's like the stuff that y'all are branding him for, y'all doing in secret all the time and nobody knows because you're a nobody and no one cares. So I just let people in the limelight shine their light. We all have our moments of darkness. So get over it. I feel like maybe the kids are gonna. I don't know. It just seems like the kids are some of the worst ones when it comes to this, because of the immaturity. It's just like cancel.
So is this Gen Z? Is this Gen Z or is this millennials doing this?
I think it's all of us. I think it's everybody after X. We're just super idealists and super.
I feel like
X, and mostly Z.
Millennials are making the content, and is it Gen Z's being influenced by the content?
Gen Z's and Zoomers. And some millennials, it's like we're just
Gen Z's are Zoomers
because we have See, when you're young,
not boomers, but Zoomers.
When you're young, you don't realize you suck yet, right? And so you see that the world isn't perfect because that's the developmental stage you're in.
Do you realize you suck tongues? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll go home now. Bye-bye. Log you off. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, you don't realize you suck yet. You haven't had the revelation, like, you know what? I really ain't ish. And I'm okay with that. I'm gonna take this to therapy and then, whatever. But you're idealistic. You're not idealistic about the world anymore. You're more mature than that, but you're not mature enough yet to know that, I ain't ish either. So you look at everybody else, you look at all the other adults, many of which, yes, are disappointing, because these kids are coming up in an era where all the heroes have fallen, right? All the heroes are fallen and not many more are being made. And so there's just kind of seeing the worst, where we grew up in a fathers know best world and we saw the change. You know what I'm saying? They grew up they grew up with Cosby mugshots. Feel me? So they're just sort of used to, and it's fun. It's fun to just everybody, let's all gang up on this thing now and throw, stone this person or rally for that cause. It's just the thing they do. It's like they don't go outside. They protest things. They cancel things.
But is this millennials or is this Gen Zers? I'm not skipping anything, right? It is millennials and Z's, right?
I think it's young millennials, Z's and Zoomers. It's just
these Zoomers and Z's, aren't they?
I don't know. I thought Zoomers were after Z's, but they probably.
I thought Zoomers was a joke from Boomers, but it's a Z, so it's Zoomers, Gen Z. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like, get off the internet, get off these games, and go outside. But yeah, this is so. Yeah, it's funny. Just like, the internet and like, especially Twitter. It sounds like the way we were like when we were teenagers. All we did was complain about things adults are doing wrong. And then we grew up and realized, we suck too.
But again, are we sucking? Let me stop. Anyway, so that's too silly. That's what it is. And just to make sure I'm a good sport and I do complete all of my homework here on the Tastemakers pod, I will actually go ahead and give you guys the bar that I was actually talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna full circle that mug right about now, right? And so it's actually from Lecrae's Hold Up Wait, where he's actually talking about Kirk Franklin and John Legend. And I I'm not one who thinks Craig got bars. So when I heard this, I was like, okay, I see you, dude. You know what I mean? And then he responded back on Twitter like they let me know I be doing stuff. I'd be like, oh, yeah, you're right. And what he said, I know that you hear that Kirk when that music start up. That's me paying respect to a legend. I know some people that don't like it, but I did a song with an EGOT. To me, that's a legend. So once again, EGOT being John Legend, Kirk being a legend. It was the song with the sample of the So
there you have it, folks. Every episode, quote is gonna sing.
Yes, I think that is my first singing moment on this particular song, this particular episode. So anyway,
flub a word.
And I'm gonna flub a word. I've already done that 50 million times already. So we are an hour and a half in, and this is short. Like I said, I apologize about the topics, but you can change that by joining to the Patreon.
But why do you have to only choose 4? Okay. I did.
So normally we do 4 or 5. The 5, The fifth one this year was name your favorite gospel or Christian your favorite gospel or Christian movie song?
What?
Oh, Charles. Yo. So okay. See, this is what happens when one person is doing everything. Things get missed.
It's just the drive-by shade, bro.
My bad. I'm sorry, because I'm not doing everything. That's not true. Brina puts a heck of a lot of work into stuff in the background, and Kiera actually handles a great deal with our social media stuff. Thanks to both of them. Goss shows up and he's here and does, he does his talking as well. And then that's just what it is. So listen, in gathering all the topics, we were actually supposed to talk about the Tennessee 3. And somehow in gathering the topics, I did miss that. I remember seeing it and being like, yes, we definitely have to talk about that.
What's that?
And yet I did miss it on the thing. So my bad, Charles. You are absolutely right. Yeah, Tennessee 3. Shenanigans happened in Tennessee. Y'all know what happened, right?
No.
Really?
I mean, surface level, but I didn't really do a whole bunch of research on it. I've just seen like posts and stuff about it.
What about you, Goss? You familiar?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to enlighten the people?
What happened? So there's this guy who was, I want to say representative, a state representative.
Yep. So there's 3 representatives. I'll go ahead and don't worry about it. There's 3 representatives in Tennessee, right? 2 black guys, 1 white woman.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that's what they were calling them, but yes, I know this story. Yes.
So what is basically happened is they used a bullhorn during the actual session, and they did this because this particular I wish I knew the terms. Is ran more so by the conservatives. So when they go to try to do things the right way, the conservatives can say, well, we're just ignoring you. We're not going to, we see your hand in the air and we're not going to come to you, right? Pretty much. So they were like, okay, well, in protest, we're going to use these bullhorns and we're going to say what we have to say in regarding to gun violence and gun, ownership restrictions, different things of that nature. This was right, of course, following the heels of what happened in Nashville, last week and a half, 2 weeks ago, in Nashville, right? And so these 3 Democrat council people did this, and 2 of them, one was a white woman, 2 black gentlemen, 2 of them were then pretty much they expelled them. They didn't expel the white woman. The white woman was asked, hey, why didn't they expel me? Well, they asked her, why didn't they expel you? So it probably had something to do with skin color. So she told it like it was.
Pretty much.
Since then, they have reinstated one of them, but not the other. And the one that they haven't reinstated yet was on Breakfast Club and has actually been doing a bit of a media tour. And so with that being said, that's what happened. Just overall thoughts concerning. We'll start with Goss.
Well, it was unprecedented, I think. And then it was interesting to have Obama speak out about it and some other political people speak out about it. Unfortunate as well, too. But it also exposes what's happening in these rooms where, it's mostly white Republicans, conservatives, and things like that. And I didn't even know that could happen. But now that I know it could happen, it kind of got my attention as well, too. So I think it's an educational moment as well as a moment where it's like, how do we stop this from happening again? But yeah, I thought the dude got reinstated from the Breakfast Club.
So they did. That's what Kiera is saying in the chat, that everybody now has been reinstated. So it has happened before, where people have been expelled and things of that nature, but normally it's for some sort of a criminal act. So this is the first time that it's actually happened for something that wasn't a criminal act, which just shows the total abuse of power or whatever. But as everybody is saying, yes, about actually 5 or 6 hours ago, it looks like actually probably about 8 hours ago, they did actually reinstate Pearson as well. So they have both been reinstated. Now, reinstated is one thing, right? But they're reinstating them as temporaries, right? So they're reinstating them as stand-ins, subbing in for themselves.
That's crazy.
And in doing that, that means they have to actually, I believe how it goes, they have to actually run a couple more times to try to keep their seat. So it's kind of weird how that goes as well. Brina, thoughts?
Nah, I mean, I wasn't really. It's like at this point, it's like I couldn't be surprised by what happened, just because of the climate that we're in this country right now. It's just like, wow. It's ridiculous, the way that this country conducts itself, regarding like racial issues and things like resurfacing. Yeah, crazy story. Very
Indeed,
crazy story.
indeed. So Tasha,
It's just, I'm not saying that it's not important or not an achievement that the people got them reinstated, but I'm just dwelling on the gall and the brazenness to expel just the black 2 out of 3 people who did the same exact thing.
so
Like, we at a point where we
there was a caveat there too.
Okay,
My bad.
but
And I just want to explain that and let you get back to your point.
who were acting in concert
with yes.
each other. They don't care how it look. You know, it's just brazen. It's the brazenness. And really it's just touching on this, you know, Brina's sentiments are related and close to mine or mine to hers, that these folk really don't care. They really don't care. In this era of I can't even call it post, you know, it's like Trump and that whole, you know, what he unleashed or what he influenced, he removed shame. He removed shame and he galvanized a certain mindset within people who were being restrained by a sense of shame that needed to be there. You know what I'm saying? It's like hearts were changing. Hearts were changing, but it's not an easy process to change people's hearts and minds. And they're just those who were left, you know, after all of the changes and progress we made in this country, those who were still holding out and blowing on the embers of that just racist and narrow mindset, they finally got a release. And you know, there's 2 awakenings that's been happening in this country. It's like an awakening of people who want to see the truth and sort of a reawakening of people who have been feeling suppressed. The you can't say nothing anymore crowd, when they really mean is you can't say anything racist. You can't call porch monkeys niggers anymore. You know, that crowd.
Right.
It's just they don't care. They've been given license and they're running with it. And I just don't know if the reinstatement, especially under the terms that has been made, is really comforting to me in proportion to my concern that these people just hauled off and did this. Like, and they don't care. It's
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's a W. I'm not trying to rain on the parade, but my, the times we're living in again.
Mm-hmm.
If they ever
ended, there you go. So I think the W is, as Mo said, the Republicans did kind of shoot themselves in the foot in the sense that they have really raised these gentlemen's profiles, quite frankly.
Evil always does. Evil always does.
They did raise these gentlemen's profile quite a bit, and I was actually kind of impressed by Pearson, hearing him talk and speak and different things of that nature. I was kind of impressed by Pearson. Very young man, but definitely seems to be headed in the right direction. All skin folk ain't kinfolk though, because Katz was really trying to come at him as a plant. You know what I mean? Because I think they had showed a video of him talking earlier, kind of like in his career without the afro, looking very polished and whatever the case may be. Still a progressive, right? Still a Democrat, but kind of on some kind of code switching type. And then now he's very afro, boom, boom, boom. And so they were messing with him on that. And to that, I'm just like, people grow, right?
At this
people
point,
grow.
We have to know, understand, and recognize that politics is a part of the entertainment industry.
Well, that too.
Let's stop pretending it's just government and civic life. To be in politics, especially if you're someone that needs people's donations to maintain your seat. Part of your job is entertainment.
And this has gotten Pearson and the others a lot of donations too, which is kind of cool too, to help them with their next campaigns and whatnot. So, like I said, y'all know me, I always say I don't really claim to be Republican or a Democrat. But man, Republicans are out here just being wild. And I think this not to scare. I don't know if
Do
the
you
word
see
is
the
scary.
stuff happening in my state?
Well, your state is, your state.
Bro, Florida's about to have its own military.
Shit, wow. So the thing that is like, democracy is what's important here a lot of times, right? And what's really messed up is how they will seemingly go about taking away your rights to be heard in a democracy. And so that's what's happened here. It wasn't what they did, it's what they were saying. And because they were going against guns and yada, 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 and a lot of these cats is paid off by the NRA and yada, 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 they look to silence these cats. And it's one thing to disagree with somebody. It's another thing to take a person off the board.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing.
Their point.
You cannot. Someone showed me a graph a graphic. It was so effective. It was a picture of two castles firing missiles at each other, or they were firing cannonballs one from the other. And this castle, they were firing directly. The cannons in that castle were firing directly at the other castle, but this castle was firing at the foundation of the other castle. And that's kind of what we have going on. It's like, I'm NPA, whatever. I have critiques for both sides, and I have sympathies for both sides, or positions held by both sides. And I just think where Democrats and liberals keep dropping the ball is they won't step up and play the same game Republicans and conservatives are playing. They did long ago. So they did long ago, but now it's like crying about them breaking. They cry about the rules being broken a lot instead of breaking the same rules, or close, or even just close, just even getting up to the line. It's like, what are you trying to prove at this point? Like, get the job done. Because while now you're talking about guns, this and abortion, that, and you're fighting all the things, right? But what Republicans are doing is they're getting in here, anime. They're getting in people's head. Like, they figured out that if we can jar people and make them angry about something, even if what they're angry about is stupid, right?
Or a downright lie.
Even if it's a downright lie. And not even that. This is the thing that Republicans keep focusing on and why they keep winning. Are you ready? It's the gerrymandering. It's the redistricting. Go ahead. You're gonna fight over stuff that people. This block is gonna vote like this. This block gonna. We already know how people are gonna vote. You're focusing on all the offshoots of what Republicans are doing instead of getting to the heart of how they take people's voices away, which is the redrawing of the district lines. You saw the article recently about which HBCU was it? One side of the campus is a district and the other side of the campus is another. So they have diluted the voting power of those students at that college. I wish the college would come back to mind. Anywhere you have a hub of Black people, you're going to see all the lines going through there because they already know that's what matters. They are firing at the other castle's foundation. And Democrats and liberals keep firing at this window, that political issue, that thing, reacting to stuff Trump says. Who cares? Fight the redistricting. I just feel like that's where the real battle is. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you convince people to vote if their vote does not count as much as the other guy's vote.
That's a good point there as well. I just I don't know. I do think the Democrats don't do enough. I do believe that, but I've constantly stood on the stage of saying, Republicans, I need you to take your party back. Like, take it back from this MAGA Trump, influence that has really gotten deep in your party. Take your party back, because I don't want to ask the Democrats. I don't want to ask them to go low because the Republicans are going low, but I do think they need to do more.
I'm not saying go low. I'm just saying squat. Get the meat. Just like stop doing the same thing and crying about losing. My Lord, when does it end?
I hear you. Judon makes a point. He said Republicans are losing their grip. The youth are very liberal, and pubs don't know how to reach them. I think youths have always been very liberal, though. Is that the case or no? I think youths normally are more liberal, but
relative to the prior generation. But even just objectively speaking, like these kids is on something. They're gonna be on something else. They're gonna be on something else, even for us, So yeah, he does make a point.
It's interesting to see. I just don't I don't know. I feel like when I was a teenager, kids were more liberal as well. But then as they started to get into their early 20s and what stuff, some of them started, I think even maybe even I at that time started going a little bit more conservative.
Well, here's the thing. America is getting blacker and browner. And the idea of what it means to be an American is being more closely associated with a white Christian nationalist identity by the right. So the more they try to make being American synonymous with that, the more they're going to lose people, because America is hardly, I think white people are plurality at this point. They're not the majority anymore. It's just that all Black and brown people we don't vote together yet. Right? You have some blocks of Hispanics that vote with conservatives, and you have things are still splintered, but there's so many areas that are termed majority minority, which makes sense, because if you're no longer the minority, why are you still being called a minority if you outnumber?
I hear y'all saying that, but I still think white is the majority at the moment. I think they will not be the majority soon, but I think they are still the majority at the moment. I think they got a few more years. I believe
it's closing in, and this is why I'm saying this is the reason for the brazenness and the desperate. It's part of it is desperation.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. I have I was passing by my friend's room the other day, and she's an elderly woman, and their TV is loud. Their TV is just blasting loud, and it's, not TBN per se. I don't want to lie on the station, but one of those stations. And it was Sunday, and you would think they would be talking about Jesus, the Bible, a Bible story, how to live right, how good God is, whatever. I walk by there and I hear more black women are responsible for more babies' deaths than like they were just going in on black women, like black women are the only ones aborting babies and it's their fault that some find it necessary to get it. It was just disgusting. Really? It was disgusting. And it was a major preacher. I don't remember. My memory is not doing the thing tonight.
Yeah, you can
just like okay. It the TBNs and the Daystar televisions of the world, they weren't that politicized back in the day. Mm-mm. But there's emerging the political identity, the cultural, the social, and the religion. It's like they're trying to tie it together, but there's just not enough people for that anymore. And so even if the younger people weren't as liberal as they are, they're not as white. And just everything is falling along these ideological lines now that you're really going to see this chasm. And I'm telling you, something's coming. I mean, we're in the middle of a full-blown, what's already a culture war. It's already here. It's already happening.
Yeah. No, that's for sure. I think the insurrection showed us that on January 6th of 2021, for sure.
Yeah, I've had people come to me who watch those channels like, they didn't do anything wrong. They didn't, what happened? They didn't do it. I'm like, nigga, they kill people. You saw they kill people, right? You know what a murder is?
Yeah.
A murder?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy. They'll just lie to your face. You saw what happened with all those people on Fox. The text came out how they secretly hate Trump and all of those and they still get on TV and peddle the filth. It's
crazy. It's crazy. Politics is entertainment. That's very, very true. But if anything, y'all, we just encourage y'all to make sure to vote, because that's the real only power that we really have in this situation is to vote.
Vote and pressure the people you vote for to focus on what needs to be focused on. We don't care. I get called the N-word silently in so many different ways in my daily work. Who cares? I know how some people look at me. I don't care about y'all. Stop the gerrymandering. Focus on what matters. Stop. I don't care about the stuff that's called, ooh, this is a good headline. This person called this person that, or look what this white lady did to this person. I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
I need you to stop the redistricting. I need you to focus on what matters most. Yeah. Mr. Senator, Mrs. Legislator.
So that's what it is. That's what we do every Wednesday night at 10 o'clock right here on the Tastemakers Pod. Thank you, Tasha, so much for standing in tonight. As y'all know, we are definitely looking to fill a seat. And so I definitely appreciate everybody just stepping in and things of that nature. What happened?
Forgive my language, guys. I got passionate.
Oh. No worries. That's funny. Tim Ross has been cussing up a storm on his show lately, and so it's been kind of funny.
Okay.
At the end of the day, y'all know Christians be cussing. It is what it is.
Who? Yeah. Hold on. Who?
Tim Ross.
With the glasses?
With the glasses.
Lord, I missed that.
Yeah. But y'all know Christians be out here cussing. Y'all know that. Ain't nothing new.
Hey, I cussed just now. I don't be cussing. Kira, be quiet.
Right. Yes.
I'm still in a one mic slip phase. January 2022.
Both of y'all tell on each other.
January 2022. I turned over a new leaf, and I'm still growing.
Yeah. That's what's up. Like I said, I mean, it's not something I do, but I've been around saved folk my whole life, and Say folk be cussing.
You've been a husband your whole life.
I didn't say that. You've
been a husband since kindergarten.
Listen. We the Tastemakers, and we will catch you guys next week again. That is your girl Tosh, Light Skin Corey. That's Brina. They call me Quote. Next Wednesday night, 10 o'clock. Hopefully we'll have better topics for you. See you next week.
Tastemakers.
Classic. We do more than make a living, we make a life. When everything is dark, we are the light. We are the Tastemakers. Aight. Let tomorrow tell the stories that we make tonight. We do more than make a living, we make a life. When everything is dark, we are the light. We are the Tastemakers. Aight. Let tomorrow tell the stories that we make tonight. For the movers and shakers, for the new Tastemakers, sommeliers came out to play. Classics in the current day. For the movers and shakers, for the new